I ask a question like this. So, what are the possibilities for a reunion show for that? I know that it was in the pipeline for a while, but I think that it just kind of went by.
I really don't know. I'm told JMS has some big announcement that's possibly going to be next month. Has anybody heard anything about that? I mean, he's online all the time. I don't know. To say no would be stupid of me because I said no about Tron as well. So, I mean, I don't know. All I do know is there's a new repackaging of the series and the movies coming out. I have that right here. Someone just sent me that. It's coming out in next month as well. So there must be some kind of interest.
Yeah.
Maybe Warner Brothers is trying to generate the interest again.
Well, you know, sci-fi fans never let anything down.
Oh, I know that. But I'm very happy with it. I don't know what they can do to improve on the DVDs that they have already, but possibly is it the Blu-ray?
Yeah.
It could be. I don't know. I'm the one left in the dark on that. But no, I would not deny that maybe there could be. It would be wonderful. Sadly, we've lost a couple of our most beloved characters. Jakar and Dr. Franklin. And I pray every day for Jeff Conaway because he's battling something no one should have to go through. So I don't know. I talk to Jerry Doyle every once in a while. He lives in Las Vegas. How is that so natural?
Yeah.
Has he had you on his talk show?
Yes, I did it early on. And I lost touch with him for a while. We hadn't communicated a little bit, but as of late we have been. I think he's going to try to make a return to the acting community, which is, I think he should have never left, but that's my opinion. But there'll never be another Garibaldi, so we have to have him back. That's all there is to it. No one else can play that. Who we just always compared to.
I have to say this. They did for the press, they did this 20-minute screening of Tron Legacy, where it was all very exclusive. We had to have the Disney bracelets on. This is, I think, a couple of months before the movie came out.
Sure.
And we had to have these bracelets. Did anybody go to that? They let some fans in, but it was this private screening, and this was like heaven for me. This was the #1 thing that I wanted to see, and drug my wife up. This pretty thing that's in the back there, she's following me, and we've been sitting there.
That woman. Yeah.
Wait a minute, I was up here for a few minutes while you guys were back.
Yeah, we had fun.
That makes the whole surrogate dad thing really strange. Anyway, so we were there.
Very much in a sort of fatherly way. Read that the way you want.
This is going to make the story even worse. So I'm sitting there watching this for 20 minutes, and it seems they chose the show of all of it. And I was there, and I don't get choked up watching sci-fi films. And when that last scene was done, and they brought the lights up, I had like a single tear going on each side, and I was just so moved. And I looked over at my wife, and she said, "Bruce Boxleitner was really hot." I said, "You're really ruining the moment." She goes, "I mean, like, he's really hunky. Are you going to look that good at 60? So what's your secret?"
CGI.
Does this man look amazing for you? What do you do to stay fit? I mean, you look great. Your hair is like the best in Hollywood. You've got this amazing voice.
I borrowed it from Richard Gere. Fits.
Do you work out? Or are you athletic?
Yeah. Well, I try to. Look, after a certain age, it's all about parts breaking down, getting new ones. No, I don't know. I try to take care of myself. I hit the rowing machine a lot, and the treadmill and stuff like that. I don't do like weight stuff that much anymore. But you have to. You know, an actor, this is our instrument. Try to keep it alive. Keep it going. But that's it. It's all part of being an actor.
speaking of being an actor, you're one of these guys that has a resume that, I mean, if they printed it out on IMDb, it just keeps going, and page after page. Scarecrow and Mrs. King fans out there? What do you think about today's Hollywood versus, you know, say 20 years ago?
Well, I think what kind of, the word celebrity is much aligned. I mean, I think celebrity. We have professional celebrities, and that's been going on for some years. It's not just now, but you know, you really, I think what irks a lot of people who are very talented people. There's so many out there that have no recognition whatsoever. So many great actors, and so on. And you know, I don't want to sound like I'm beating up on this, but the Paris Hiltons of our business get all this attention. Maybe she's not so much anymore. I've actually met her. She's a nice lady. But see it. But I mean, it was using that as an example. She became this huge celebrity, but what? She didn't do anything. She's very beautiful. I guess there's a point to that. She wears clothes well. And I guess for certain videos she doesn't wear them. So anyway, but that's the thing. We've become so celebrity culture that sort of overshadows the great talents that I think are out there.
What do you have coming up? You talking about that movie you had your head shaved for the
yeah. No, that was on Sci-Fi Channel. Just
it wasn't that Debbie Gibson Tiffany movie, was it? It wasn't that octopus shark thing that did?
No. It's called Area 51. I do these, you know, these creature features. They love me for that. So it's my little niche. I come by and I'm always shooting and killing aliens, or they're killing me. Giant fish. I did that. Killed a lot of snakehead up in Canada. Great sushi. Anyway, no, you know, so I listen. In today's Hollywood, I know Hollywood always tries to put the space on everything, but you know, we got to work. We got to make a living. We got a mortgage to pay. You know, those type of things. You got to get out there, and so you know, I'm a darling of the Sci-Fi Channel. I don't think that's so bad.
There could be worse things.
There could be worse things, right? So I'm out there trying to make a living. You know, I'm doing this week, at the end of this week, a pilot presentation. Now, let me explain what that is. Oftentimes, projects, they don't film the whole pilot like we used to. There's no place for those things. You know how many pilots are made during pilot season? Many, and they can be millions of dollars in a Hollywood that's really strapped for money, believe it or not. Hollywood always, like I said, puts its best face forward. Everything's cool, everything's high, you see it, it looks like it's wealth, but everyone's scrambling for money. Not Disney, some of those things, but all those other filmmakers are. And the major studios, you know, they've had to lay off thousands of people. It's trying times for everybody. But, so I'm doing a pilot presentation of a comedy western.
You're going back to westerns.
But it's going to be shot very much like The Office. It's for Fox. Fox has the first look, and then I think it goes to NBC after that. And whether it gets picked up or not, it's a sort of a takeoff on Deadwood. There'll be a lot of bleeps going on, and it's called Smokewood, Nevada. So it's really funny. I don't know what's going to happen with it, but then I'm off to do a mini-series for Larry Levinson again. The whole bunch, it's like those disaster pictures that all those old stars, you know, called Blackout. Gee, I wonder what that's about. And that starts on the 30th. Then I'm off to do other conventions, you know, right now. I mean, and then the Tron Legacy. I'm going to be very, very busy. Well, the Tron animated is still going. I've got to go to Australia to do a convention.
I think the lesson I learned from this panel here right now, just this first 15 minutes into it, is note to myself, don't ever do a panel again with someone who you're such a fan of, because as you're talking, I'm listening to you, but all I keep thinking is, this is Bruce Boxleitner. My hair was before tonight. And I'm just sitting here looking at this, I'm thinking, Bruce Boxleitner. Instead of thinking my next question, I'm thinking, Bruce Boxleitner's right here. How does he get his hair to do that? And does my wife think I'm good looking anymore? So on that note, let's open it up to you guys to come on here